Hey everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to December's manga haul. It is the last haul of the year, which is exciting. We've got quite a lot to go through. There's like nearly 120 volumes, as you can see here in the back, so we've got quite a lot to go through. As with like my previous haul video, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down into 3 parts. So we're going to start off with the brand new releases which got delivered in December, and then it's going to be titles that are already released that I picked up, and then each month what I do is I place an order with my manga dealer for out of print manga, so we'll leave that to the end. So that's kind of how we're going to break it down today. If you are enjoying these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help out the channel. It would help out this series in particular as well, and it would let me know that you want to see more of this. So let's get into it. I will say that all of my whole videos are absolutely not going to be like this. This is like definitely more stuff that I've picked up this month than what I do in a typical month, because obviously we've had Christmas and like you know, I basically asked for vouchers so I could pick up manga, so a lot of this is due to Christmas as well. So like I say, future haul videos aren't going to be this big. So like I say, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with brand new releases for the month of December. I'll give the little synopsis of each volume as well, so you sort of get a rough idea about what they're about. But as we move on to already released titles and stuff, we'll just sort of run through it, because we actually haven't had that many new releases in December, at least what I've picked up anyway. So we're going to start with 7 Seas, and actually the first 2 volumes are novels. So we have the next installment of Heaven Official's Blessing, so this is volume 5. We are getting these releases pretty quickly, which is nice. I've actually already read this front to back. I've already read the full story like before it even started being released, and this is one of my absolute favorite novels like ever out of any genre, and it's the only story to actually ever make me cry, because I don't cry at anything like films, books, anything, but yeah, this got me. So in volume 5 we are Ghost Conversion on the Cursed Mount Tungla. For a massive battle royale, the sole survivor of which may become a ghost king, a being of unimaginable power, Shalian is sent to secretly infiltrate and try to prevent this by destroying any ghost strong enough to stand a chance. His heavenly powers are weakened near the Cursed Mountain, but he has one trump card on his side, Huachan, who has survived the mount before. As they struggle against murderous ghosts and the mountain's strange defences, Huachan's knowledge of the area may prove invaluable, but can they even begin to unravel the Cursed Peak's secret? Yes, I think we've already got 3 more volumes after this one, and then that's Heaven Official's Blessing complete. I love the covers of these, they are so gorgeous, and it does have illustrations as well throughout, which we can see here in black and white. The 7 Seas did release as well, like the final volumes with special editions, where you can get a few extras if you want. So I'm hoping that they'll do this with Heaven Official Blessing. They did it with Scum Villain as well, because that's already now concluded. And then we have the special edition as well for Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, which you can pre-order now. But we had volume 4 of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation released. Again, I love MXTX's work, like she can do no wrong in my eyes. Absolutely amazing Don Mays. So Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation volume 4 is history stands poised to repeat itself as Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji are besieged by walking corpses atop the burial mounds. It is here fate offers them a second chance to protect their loved ones and unmask the true instigator of this grisly onslaught. A shocking revelation shakes the cultivation world to its very core. The unlikely couple becomes preoccupied with other matters, like an evening of drunken impulse that may push their budding relationship into new territory. So yeah, again, I love this story. I love the anime as well for it, which is concluded if you wanted to watch that. So I'm excited that we are getting these published in English finally, and we are going to be getting the extras as well, like the extra chapters, if you know, you know. Which is exciting that they're including that as well, and it is all going to be uncensored, which is great. I love it when publishers don't censor the artist's work, and they keep it true to the artist. But yes, definitely pick this up if like you're interested in Danme's, if you like the whole cultivation like storyline, then definitely go ahead and pick this up. Like I say, we've got 4 volumes now, so it's quite a decent amount of story that is released. Like I say, volume 5 is going to be the last volume of this, which you can pre-order now. Like I say, there's going to be special edition as well. So yeah, and again, I love this artwork as well, and of course we get illustrations as well, which you can see here, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love the back, I love this image as well. So excited that 7 Seas has clicked on that people actually want Danme's like being released in English. Okay, now onto the manga. We have Seaside Stranger volume 5. So this is a bit of a time skip in this one. So it's been 5 years since Mia and Shun came to live with Shun's parents. By all accounts, their life is great. Shun has taken a temporary break from writing novels, and Mia is working as a mechanic, but with stability comes Inu, leading both to begin quietly questioning their relationship, and an even more turbulent storm is brewing as Shun's now teenage brother Fumi has entered a rebellious phase. So I really love Seaside Stranger. I haven't had the chance to read this one yet. I will say that there's so much that goes off on the pages sometimes. Sometimes there's so much that goes off on the pages, like for example this one, like there's a lot going off in regards to the actual panels, and then like there's a lot of speech as well that sometimes for me it can get confusing who's talking. So sometimes I have to sort of like go back and like reread sections, but I do really enjoy this story. I love the dynamic of Shun and Mia. Like Mia is kind of the upbeat one and Shun is a bit more pessimistic, but Mia, you know, he brings him out of his shell and like reassures him quite a lot. But I do love this story, so I'm excited that we've got volume 5. I'm not such a big fan of time skips in manga, but we'll see how this one goes, and I'm happy that it's an ongoing series as well, so we're going to get to see more of these characters. And then Kimono Jihan, as always I'm going to butcher like loads of names, loads of character names and stuff, so you know, it is what it is. So this is volume 3. I love how all of the covers are pretty cohesive with each other as well, so like you get the writing down the sides and then the character in the middle, and they're all different colours. So this is mysterious roommate Miha is an ageless vampire who allegedly possesses superhuman strength, but he spends his time playing video games and doing Inagame's tech support. Now his scheming gets Kabane, Shiki and Akira tasked with carrying out a client's request, and it seems like they're in it for trouble. I really enjoyed the first volume. I do have volume 2, but I haven't read it yet, and then obviously got volume 3, so now that I've got a couple of volumes, it's more of a priority to actually get this one read as well. I do really enjoy the artwork. It's really pretty characters and stuff. Like I say, I really enjoyed volume 1, so I'm excited to get into 2 and 3. Then next we have Colourless volume 3, which actually I wasn't expecting because we only got Colourless volume 2 last month, but I know that they were like pushed back a little bit, so I'm kind of surprised that we still got volume 3 so close to volume 2. So this is a massive solar flare erased nearly all colour from the surface of Earth, and the mutated descendants of the human race exist in a state of slow decline. What little colour remains now holds a strangely seductive power. Some people, like the lone wolf Professor Avida, try and understand it. Others, including the cult like Edopsy Order, use it for power and control. When an Order assassin draws innocent bystanders into their rivalry, it will take anything Avida has to save their lives and his own. Now, I haven't read this, but that's because I still haven't received volume 1, and I can't seem to find it anywhere yet either. I had it on pre-order, and like I say, it's still not here. Supposedly it's going to come in January, but we'll see. But I love how, you know, it does just include, if you can see that, like little spots of colour, and I love that detail, like, because obviously even though it is, you know, the world stripped of colour and stuff, except for certain colours that are used for power, etc., you know, they didn't necessarily have to include that in the actual manga. So it's a nice little detail that I really like, and I love this like teal colour as well. So yes, hopefully keep your fingers crossed that I'll get volume 1 soon, because I'm really excited and I was really anticipating that manga to come out, but like I say, no volume 1 yet. Next we have The Summer You Were There volume 2. So this is a GL. So this is after Kaori read her classmate Shizuki's novel. Kaori suggested that the two of them date to give Shizuki inspiration for her next book. Shizuki decides to go along with it, but as they spend time together, she grows worried that she'll hurt Kaori. When Shizuki opens up about her past as a school bully, Kaori has a revelation of her own. She already knew. Will this bring the girls closer together, or will it end with some romance? So I thought that, you know, it did sound cute. The covers are really cute on this as well, and the artwork in this, again, it's quite simple, but it is nice as well. You know, sometimes it is nice to have something that's a bit more simple. It's like less taxing on the brain as you're reading it, and it just makes it an easier read. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. I think this is the only GL that I picked up this month, actually. Next, I have been eagerly waiting this one. This is A Game Between the Suits volume 2. I've been highly anticipating this one. So this is from Seven Seas Steamship imprint. So it's a Josie demographic for mature readers. So it's been 1 month since Seiya and Ryuichi have started their game. The rules are simple. They'll have a purely physical relationship until they find someone they actually love, or until they fall for each other. As Seiya spends more time with Ryuichi and gets to know him, he starts to become more than just some guy she's sleeping with. Can she stay aloof, or will Ryuichi win her over? I have read this one because I was eagerly awaiting it, and Ryuichi, I was not a fan of him to start with, but in this one you can see that actually he is trying a little bit to actually win her over, but Ryo is just like Seiya is just like doesn't believe like his actions are genuine, which kind of makes you feel for the guy that he is actually trying, but clearly some past trauma is like keeping his walls up and he doesn't come across as genuine, whereas like I think he is probably trying to actually be genuine towards her, and she's just like, no, this is a game, I've got to remember it's a game, do not fall in love with them. But yeah, I love the artwork in this. I like the characters. I like how the story is going so far, and you know, I do kind of want them to actually fall in love and get together, which, you know, I'm hoping that's how this is going to end, but you just never know. But yeah, definitely enjoying this. It's kind of sad that it's going to be months until the next volume is out, but yes, definitely one of the probably my favourite from the steamship. Well, between this and Outbride, those are my two favourite titles that they've released so far. But yeah, highly recommend that if Josie is, you know, something that you look for, like your demographic, definitely pick this up. And then next we have a highly anticipated manga that I know a lot of people have been eager for an English release, and that is Yakuza Fiancé Volume 1, which I pre-ordered this not knowing anything about it, but purely on the cover. That's how they get me. That's how they get me, is with covers. I'm a sucker for a pretty cover. So this is Yoshino grew up the sheltered Yakuza princess of the largest crime family in Osaka, the Sumi. Due to her resting bitch face in a dangerous family, no man has ever approached her. When her grandfather signs a truce with the Tokyo-based Miyama crime family, he offers her up as a truce bride. Shocking, I know. To the Miyami leader's grandson, Kirishima is popular, charming, and seems totally normal, but behind his smile is violent, sadomasochistic, who thirsts for her dominance even more when she impresses him and with her moxie. Even though she knows how bad Yakuza can be, she's stunned by Miyamo's viciousness. She can't turn him down with the East-West peace treaty on the line, so instead she steels herself to play ball. This, for me, when I started reading this, it was kind of a little bit, started off a bit like, kind of, not slow, but I was a bit like lukewarm about it, because I was like, I didn't really know where it was going to go. But then it definitely picks up, and she does something which is definitely not what you expect someone to do. But you know, I am rooting for her. Yeah, I am absolutely rooting for her. So I'm super excited to get the next volume. I think you can pre-order volumes 2 and 3 so far. But yeah, Kirishima is an absolute psycho in this. Like, he is a character that you cannot let your guard around at all. And yeah, he's crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. Next, we have one of my highly anticipated volumes, and that is Our Torsos Align. I love this creator, Ryo Sumiyoshi's. I love his work. His artwork is beautiful. He is the author of MADK as well, if you know that one. And he works definitely a lot with like mythical beast type characters and humans interacting with each other. But I absolutely love his artwork and like just the characters that he creates. Like, just this artwork on the cover is absolutely stunning. So this was originally released in country of origin as 2 volumes, and 7 Seas have decided to do it as this nice omnibus edition. So it collects both volumes into this. This manga collection of stories about beastly love is from the point of view of the devourers and the devoured. A woman's bird-like rescuer expresses his love in a language she doesn't understand. Mermaids bring luck but drag you into the depths. An extraterrestrial angel with no limbs learns to feel. Enjoy these tales of monstrous and at times haunting romance in this beautifully illustrated collection that's sure to feel thrill. So yeah, it's a bunch of short stories. I have started to read this as well. And sometimes when you get like manga where they are just like short stories collected, like they can feel like they are really short stories and like not much happens, or like everything happens too quickly and stuff, where it doesn't feel like that so far in this. It feels like, you know, characters are well fleshed out, storylines are not too complicated, where it like doesn't really make sense, or there's like plot holes sort of like missing. So I'm enjoying this so far. And also, like I say, I love this creator's work, Ryo's work, and we are getting one of his other series, Centaurs, which is going to be released next year. I can't remember who's publishing it. I think I want to say maybe it's Ablaze is publishing it. Yeah, so I just had to look it up, otherwise it'd bug me. Yeah, so Ablaze is licensed Centaurs, which will be coming out next year, which I'm also really excited for. Like I say, this creator works mostly with like beasts and mythical creatures, that sort of thing, interacting with humans, or if you've read MADK, demons. So yeah, I'm so happy that this got released, and I'm happy that they also licensed one of his other series. I think it's a really short series, like 9 volumes or something if I remember correctly, so not that huge, but looking forward to that one. Next we have Thunderbolt Fantasy. This is volume 1, which is another omnibus edition. So this was originally released in singles as 4 singles, but 7 Seas are going to be releasing it as 2 omnibus editions. Now the second omnibus comes out January, I think, so we don't have that long to wait. I'm just going to wait until I have both books until I read it. But the artwork in this is really nice. So there's a bit of a taster. And I know like there's quite a few people that are excited to have this as well, because the singles are out of print. So this is, I think as well that there's a anime, possibly. In an ancient kingdom, a vicious warlord is on the hunt for a magic sword. Danfei has spent her whole life guarding the coveted sword of divine retribution. Legends say its power is great enough to smite demons and shake the heavens. The master of the evil Xuan Zhejiang sect will stop at nothing to possess that strength and dispatches his warriors to steal the holy blade. Fleeing their pursuit, Danfei must rely on an unexpected help of two unusual strangers who just so happen to be powerful swordsmen themselves. Again, this was drawn in by the cover because it is a beautiful cover. I do enjoy these like larger prints from Seven Seas. They feel really nice to hold. They're flexible enough as well not to break the spine, but you can actually still read all the panels that are in it as well. So I'm looking forward to getting the second volume and just blasting through it. And then next, this one should have been included in my last video, but I forgot to include it. But that is Titan's Bride volume 1, which I was so excited that they decided to pick this up and license this. I've already like caught up and read it anyway, but I'm so happy to have like an actual physical copy of this, and it is uncensored, which, like I say, great that they don't censor a creator's work. They do print it as intended by the artist, which is amazing. So yes, volume 1. Senior Mizuki is about to take his final exams and graduate from high school when he suddenly finds himself in a world of titans. Not only is he no longer anywhere near home, but one of these giants, Prince Klaus, has claimed Mizuki as his bride. Thanks to a disturbing world-ending prophecy, the prince's upcoming nuptials cannot be with anyone of his world. Since Klaus has no plans to send Mizuki back to Earth, he is wholeheartedly set on taking him as his wife. So it is a BL, it is a isekai. It's a great story, and honestly, Klaus the Titan, he is such a gem. I really like him, and I really like these characters' dynamic as well. Yeah, so it's a very interesting start to the story. Like I say, it is definitely for 18 plus. Absolutely 18 plus, because it is quite spicy and it is throughout the whole story sort of thing. But yes, it's definitely a must read for BL readers. Then definitely go ahead and pick this up. It's yeah, it's definitely up there my like most enjoyed stories. So yeah, finally happy that we're getting a physical. And then lastly, from Seven Seas, we have Killing Stalking Volume 2. So while investigating a vehicle collision, Officer Yang discovers dashcam footage that plays into his suspicions about Sangwoo. What will happen when he follows the evidence to Sangwoo's home and catches sight of Yoon? And what will the officer do when Sangwoo catches sight of him? So yes, this is the famous BL non-BL. So apparently, if I remember correctly, the author of this has said that it's not actually a BL. People definitely question that, and it's definitely marketed as a BL, but it's definitely more of like a horror thriller story. So yeah, this is volume 2 for mature readers, because there's obviously gore in it, as well as like sexual content as well. And the full story is available on Lezen if you didn't want to wait for physicals, and it is in full colour, which we love. Full colour. I do like the artwork as well. It's very distinctive for the artist. Like, you definitely know that this is Killing Stalking when you see any panels from it. But yes, it is a roller coaster. So yeah, if you want something that's a bit more intense, dramatic, a bit more gory as well, then yeah, lots of trigger warnings, just FYI, it's not for the faint of heart, this story. Moving on next to Viz Media, we have Rainbow Days volume 1. So this is a Shoujo B line. And how cute is this cover? I love as well the matte covers when they get done. Definitely my favourite type of cover rather than the glossy. So Rainbow Days, these 4 friends couldn't be more different. Natsuki, a dreamer who longs for love, Toyama, a self-centered playboy, Kichi, a winsome guy with a hidden saucy streak, and Noah, a socially awkward nerd who loves anime, manga and games. Together their high school days are as vibrant as rainbows. Excited to have plans on Christmas Eve, Nazuki feels like he's finally catching up to his friends who are in relationships. But when the night doesn't go as expected, the stage is set for falling in love. I like that this is a shoujo beat that is actually more based around the guys, and like the guy's perspective, like the lead is a guy rather than, you know, the female leads and stuff. I think that's quite a nice change of pace. I started reading this but I haven't finished it yet. You can pre-order, I think, up to volume 4, so I'm excited to see how this pans out, like I say, from a different perspective than what we usually see in shoujo beats. So yeah, I'm excited to finish reading this. The artwork is quite cute as well in this, as you expect to see from shoujo beat licenses. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this one off. It's been a fun read so far. And then we have Ghost Reaper Girl volume 3. So these seem to be coming out pretty quick. Chloe's had nothing but success as far as a spirit hunter, and she's got the bank account to prove it, but when she takes on that new high level job, she may have bitten off more than she can chew. Not only is the target a big one, but she'll also have to get along with other talented hunters who want to claim the prize for themselves. I haven't read this yet because I was missing volume 2, which I actually, spoiler, I picked up literally yesterday actually. So now I can actually go ahead and read through it. So this is the latest installment. There's a few more volumes that you can pre-order, but the artwork looks really beautiful, which actually was why I picked up the first volume. The cover got me. But yes, I'm excited to get into this one as well. It looks like it's going to be a super fun read. So this is definitely going to be higher up on my TBR list. And then we have volume 18 of Jujutsu Kaisen as well. So in order to thwart the culling game, Itadori needs the help of Hikari, a 3rd year who is currently suspended from Jujutsu High. So he decides to participate in an underground fight club where Hikari works as a bookie. Meanwhile, Fushiguro infiltrates the fight club and heads for Hikari's base of operations, but another Jujutsu High 3rd year is using their curse technique to block his way. Interesting. So with the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, I have volumes 1 to 5 and then 14 to 18. So I'm missing a chunk that I keep meaning to pick up but I just haven't. So I really need to get on that so I can actually catch up with the latest volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, it's probably going to be a little while before I actually get into this volume. But they do seem to be coming out really quick as well, which is great. Means we don't have to wait that long. And also with that, Jujutsu Kaisen, the Summer of Ashes, Autumn of Dust. So this is just the light novel, which was actually a lot thinner than what I was expecting. So this is Cursed Spirits have struck the opening blow at Seizukuru High School in an unfolding conflict against the Jujutsu sorceress. But while this epic and unyielding battle intensifies, the heroes of Jujutsu Kaisen have other mysteries to solve, such as why Yuji and Megumi see Gojo at a maid cafe, whether Nanami can uncover the secret behind a website that claims to sell dolls that resurrect the dead, and what happens when a blind old man is able to see the scheming Mahito. So yeah, this is, like I say, it's only a small volume, so I think this will be quite a nice read, like just when you want something bite-sized. And yeah, I feel like you can just like read this whenever, so even though I'm not caught up on like the latest volumes, I could still read this and it would still make sense, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to just getting in a couple of bite-sized stories as well, and I'm intrigued to see this Gojo in the Maid Cafe. So that's all I have from Viz Media. So next we are moving on to Yen Press, and first of all we have I Cannot Reach You, volume 5 as well. This kind of reminds me of, this story kind of reminds me a little bit of My Love Mixed Up, just less comedic. But I do enjoy that sort of like trope and like that sort of dynamic as well. It's more sort of like miscommunication, not telling each other feelings, that sort of thing, even though both characters feel the same about each other. So this is childhood best friends, complete opposites falling in love with each other. After Yumeto's confession, Yakiru resolved to face his feelings once and for all. More aware of Yumeto than ever, Keikaru agonizes over his true desires. The pair somehow end up on a Christmas date. Can Yamato's affection reach Keikaru? So yes, I'm excited to get into this one as well. It's kind of a beefy volume 5. I'm about halfway through this series, so I've just got like volume 4 to catch up on, and then obviously this one. So I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. I think it's still an ongoing series as well, so I don't think it's gonna conclude anytime soon. And then we have From the Red Fog, volume 3. Like, how nice is this cover as well? So this is Rwanda's partner has a tragic past. Betrayed by her father, he seeks the love he lost in a ruthless band of assassins. Meanwhile, Rwanda just can't get along with me, being overflowing with an abundance of love. Plotting means murder, but wavering because of love. Will Rwanda and Ivan be overcome by the red fog, or will love triumph in the end? I've really enjoyed this story so far. I'm yet to read volume 3, but other than that, I've read volumes 1 and 2, and it's quite interesting to see a story where it's like the villain is the main character. Well, he's not a villain, but he's definitely not a good guy. There's lots of gore in this, so it is rated like an older teen, but like I say, it's quite a bit of gore, quite a bit of murder in it. So just keep that in mind when you do pick this up. This is more of like a horror crime, but I do really enjoy the artwork as well. The artwork is really pretty in this, very detailed as well. So I'm excited to get into this and read this one. It's definitely a change of pace from like the other stories that I have in my collection. So yeah, that's also why I like it. And then next we are moving on to Sublime, and this was definitely my most anticipated release of this year, and that is Coyote volume 4. So this is from Ranma Rosaria, and if you know me for any amount of time or see my TikToks, you know that she is my favorite manga creator like ever. As soon as volumes hit my floor, I have to read them. This got pushed back. This was supposed to be released earlier this year, which was like kind of heartbreaking, and it was slated for release in January actually, so I'm super happy that actually it got released in December. This volume is Coyote has lived his entire life hiding his true identity as a werewolf, and in a cruel twist of fate he ends up falling for Marlene, the successor to a werewolf hunting mafia family. As the conflict between their families intensifies, the two renew their love for each other, but Marlene's family won't have it, and the mafia heir is placed under house arrest. Undeterred, Coyote ponders a way to free him. So yeah, I've already read this. Like I say, Ranma Rosaria is one of my favourite creators. Like, her stories are always well fleshed out. Like, her characters always have like lots of layers, background story. They're definitely not just two-dimensional. And like I say, the stories they never feel rushed. There's always like lots of things going off like in the background, not just between like what's happening with the two main characters. And like I say, her artwork as well is just some of my absolute favorites. Like the way that she draws her characters as well, like they're very distinct. So yeah, I already cannot wait till the next volume, which I think that there's only going to be one a year, if that. Like, she is also working on Birds of Shangri-La, which I think is going to be like the next release from her, which I'm excited for. Like, I have no complaints there. But yeah, definitely my favourite creator. She creates my favourite stories. and yes, I love her. Go pick this up if BL is your thing. Like I say, it's not just about like the love between the two main characters or whatever. There's so much more to the picture. Like there's so much plot that's always going off as well. So yes, highly recommend it. And then the other release I have from Sublime is Midnight Man. I always want to call it Midnight Man, but that's a legend thing. Midnight Rain. So this I know has been highly anticipated by a lot of people, and I've heard only absolutely amazing things about this. This is one shot, so done and dusted in this volume. So this is Ethan lives a monotonous life trying to pay off his crippling debt until the day Mike appears at the neighborhood laundromat looking worse for wear. Both men find themselves struggling in different ways to go on, and it's these struggles that bring them together in the throes of passion while simultaneously threatening to tear them apart. Like I say, loads of people have been highly anticipating this volume to come out, and was so happy that it got released, especially by Sublime. Mature readers only. I've yet to get stuck into this one, but I'm super excited. Like I said, I've only heard great things about this. And then the last new volume that we've picked up this month is from Tokyo Pop. This is On or Off Volume 2, which I was excited for. This is full colour as well. We love a full colour. Don't want to give anything away, but yes, we love full colour. I love the art style in this as well. It's quite quirky, very unique. But yes, this is Yu Young and his college friends have formed a startup company together and even managed to score a proposal meeting with the illustrious SJ Corporation. But when he meets Kang, a handsome corporate big shot that's just his type, can Yu Young keep his cool long enough to succeed in both his love life and his career? This is such a fun story. It's only going to be 4 volumes complete, but you can read it on, I believe, Tappy Tunes is the official digital release, which you can get chapter by chapter. This was a really fun volume as well. Again, this is an uncensored version as well, which, like I say, I appreciate that publishers don't censor the artist's work. But yeah, lots of fun to read. If you're into BL, this is definitely something to pick up. It's not like crazy toxic or anything like that. So yes, I definitely recommend this, and for mature readers only. So that is it for our new releases that I picked up this month. We're going to go on to already released titles that I picked up. I'm not going to read the synopsis for everything because there's quite a lot to go through. So yes, okay, so the first one is a series that I started collecting, which I said I wasn't gonna collect this, but I am expanding my Shoujo Beat collection, and volumes started coming back in stock, so I started collecting Nana. So quite a few of these volumes started coming back in stock, and then we've got volumes as well which are slated to release in January 19th, and then a couple of volumes as well that will be released in March time. Some of these were supposed to be released next year, but they had them in stock. So I picked up what I can. I've got a couple more on the way, and I think I've ordered all volumes except for volume 6 and 7, I think. I don't know if I missed out on those being restocked. We'll just have to wait and find out. So yes, I got almost all of them, so they'll be on the way as well. Like I said that I wasn't going to collect these, but here we are. I think I also got on the, didn't want to miss out train, and all the hype that you see on TikTok and stuff. So I picked it up anyway. Continuing on with Shoujo Beat, like I say, I'm expanding it. We have Takane and Hana. So I only managed to get 1, 7 and 9 so far. I ordered a bunch more because they were on sale for $4.99, so I was like, well, I can't moan at that. So I'm just waiting for those to arrive, but I am still going to be missing a few volumes which I'll just need to pick up. But this looked really cute as well. So I'm excited to start getting into that one. And then again, another one that I said I wasn't going to collect, but here we are. I started picking up Kami-sama Kiss. I already had a couple of these volumes, but I can't remember which ones. So these are all the volumes that I have so far. And I have some more that are on the way. I just have to keep checking when other volumes are going to be in stock. There's a couple, unfortunately, the Italian versions, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I'm still happy to have this. I enjoyed the first couple of volumes as well, so I'm excited to finally have like volumes 1 to 8 that I can read. Like I said, I've got a couple of volumes that are in the post on their way, although I'd ordered volumes 16 and 18 I think, but they got cancelled, so I'm hoping that they come back up available for order soon as well. And here we have Ghost Reaper Girl volume 2, which I picked up literally yesterday, so I'm really excited to get into this series now. And then I saw a couple of volumes of A Case of Incurable Love, An Incurable Case of Love. I've heard really great things about this series as well, so I had to pick this up because I've been wanting to get this one for a little while actually. So I've got a couple of volumes and then I just need to order the rest. And then also they had a restock of some of the volumes of the Water Dragon's Bride, so I had to get these as well. And hopefully the rest come back in stock and I can complete this series, which would be nice. The covers are beautiful on these as well. But yeah, so there's 11 volumes, so it's not like a ridiculously massive series, so just need to hunt down the other volumes. Also have volume 2 of SP Baby, which is same author as Incurable Case of Love, Happy Marriage as well. So that's only 2 volumes. I saw that and I was like, oh, I've got to pick that up. And then we have volumes 5 and 6 of Prince Bari, which I was excited to see in stores, so I picked those up as well, which is BL if you're interested, by Net Comics. So I'm happy to have the next 2 because we've been waiting quite a while for volumes 5 and 6 to get printed. And then I picked up Cat Gamer, which is one that I've been wanting to pick up for quite a while, and also from Viz, The Elusive Samurai as well. I've wanted to pick this up for quite a while actually, so I'm happy that I finally have all 3 volumes, so I can just go ahead and just steam through these ones. And then I also picked up volume 6 and 7 of The World's Greatest First Love, which I've already read this series, but I love this series. I love this creator as well. She did Ginger Romantica as well. I know it's a lot of people's like first BL like animes and stuff that they watch, but I really enjoy this. It's quite toxic, but I still enjoy it. And then finally, Candy Color Paradox volume 3 finally came back in stock, so this was the other one that I was missing for like the longest time. So finally I'm all caught up with it, and I love these two. Like, their dynamic is like a bickering old married couple, but yeah, great series. And then also one that I've been meaning to pick up for a while, Grainlanders. So this is the same author as 10 Count. It's only a 3 volume series, so I just need to pick up volume 3, but these were on offer, so I had to pick them up. And then also a newer release, Last Gender, which I love this cover. How pretty is that? This is definitely a mature read as well, and I've heard really good things about this, so I'm excited to go ahead and read this. It's not like a massively thick volume, but yeah, I'm really excited about this. And then back to Shoujo Beat, I picked up Vampire Night volume 1 because that was in stock, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And then Kakuryu, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits volume 7, and also volume 1 as well because they had these in the store, so I went ahead and picked those up. This I've been wanting to get into for quite a while because again, it's a series that I've heard only really good things about. And then I decided to add a little bit of pain to my collection. They had volumes of Banana Fish finally in stock. These are Italian reprints which aren't the best quality, which is kind of annoying, but at least all of them are going to be the Italian reprints, so at least they'll match, I guess. So yes, I managed to pick up a few volumes which I was so excited to see actually in the store. So yeah, these are finally coming back in stock. I think you can pick up all volumes now, which is really, really good if you've been waiting to add this into your collection. But be warned, it's a hard going series and it'll definitely give you emotional damage. And then the last stack of already released titles, we have Dinosaur Sanctuary, which just looked super cute that I had to pick it up. I also picked up volumes 1 and 2 of Blue Lock finally, again a series that I just keep hearing amazing things for, and I've been wanting to pick up since volume 1 was like for pre-order, but I just never got around to it. And then Beastars volume 2 and 3, I really enjoyed the first volume of this, and yeah, I really enjoyed it and it was definitely a page turner for me, so I'm excited that I've got a couple more volumes that I can get stuck into. It's coming to a close now anyway, this series, so now I think is a great time to like pick up the volumes. Then we have Look Back, so from the creator of Chainsaw Man, which is just a little one shot, which I've heard good things about as well. And then I finally picked up the first volume of Alice in Borderland. This, I really like the looks of the artwork that's in here. And again, another one that I've heard only great things for, and I love this cover as well. And they're all like, because there's 3 volumes out so far, and they're all like cohesive, this style of cover, which I really like. And also another one that I've been meaning to pick up forever is Record of Ragnarok. I've heard the anime is kind of pants, but the manga is amazing, so I went ahead and picked this up. Like I said, I've been meaning to pick it up for ages, especially now that like there's way more volumes that have been coming out as well. But again, artwork looks great, we love a bit of action. And then I picked up one of my favourite ongoing series, which is just such a relaxing read, is What Did You Eat Yesterday? I love this creator, so I got 12, 13 and volume 14. They didn't have volume 10, which is where I'm up to, which is quite annoying, so I'm just going to have to try and order that offline. But yeah, like I say, it's one of my favourite ongoing series, and volume 19 is out, or coming out like now. And it's still ongoing, like that's crazy. Like I think that's the longest BL that we've had printed in English, but it's such a nice relaxing read. I really enjoy it, and it's heavily based around food as well, in case you can't guess that from the title. And then finally a newer release is Coffee Moon as well. I've heard this was good. This wasn't really on my radar like at all, but then I heard that it was actually a really good read. The artwork looks interesting in this as well. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this one and actually see what it's about. Like I say, every month I place a out of print BL. They're usually always BL order with my manga dealer that helps to hunt me down things. So we're gonna whiz through these ones. This is the last part of the video. Thanks for sticking with me this long. So first of all, we have Underground Hotel volume 1 and 2. These are such an odd size, like they're dead teeny tiny, but really thick as well. So yeah, this has been kind of a harder one to hunt down, especially volume 1, I think. So I'm happy to have actually the completed series. We have Brando, Pet on Duty, Lovely Sick volume 1, which is the one that I was missing out of this series, and then Wish, but the omnibus edition, which was printed by Dark Horse. What an absolute massive volume. So I'm quite excited to have this version in my collection rather than the 4 singles. Ginger Romantica volume 5, which was the one that I was missing. They went out of print before I could get all of the volumes, so this was the only one that I was missing, so I finally had that complete. Man's Best Friend, I'll Be Your Slave, Necrotaholic, tomorrow's Ulterior Motives and today's Ulterior Motives. and then Gorgeous Carrot Galaxy. I still need to pick up Gorgeous Carrot, which is a 4-volume series, which is prequel to this one. And the final thing we have in this video is what I've been most excited about for this month, because I've had it on reserve for a little while, and I'm gonna give you a bit of a rundown about this series because I was so excited to get this. So this is From Erosha with Love, which was printed by CMX. It's a very old series. So this series revolves around the adventures of Dorian, which is this guy, Earl of Gloria, an openly gay English lord who is an art thief known as Erosha, and Major Klaus Heinz von dem Eckbach, an uptight West German NATO major. This series is driven by frequent inadvertent encounters between Dorian and Klaus, with Dorian often disrupting Klaus's missions. Dorian has developed a fondness for and flirts incessantly with Klaus, who typically reacts with extreme disgust. So this series was actually serialized in a Japanese magazine in December 1976. So it is a very old story. So it ran from 76 to 79. So for a little while, and then it moved over to like the sister publication as well, which started later on that year. It's been featured regularly in the, I think it was The Princess, and then it also featured the like side stories as well, and then it went on hiatus for quite a few years as well, and then returned later on to be another regular published series in the magazine. So yeah, it ended in 2007. CMX started publishing it in 2004. Unfortunately, we don't have the completed series, which is such a shame. So we only have 15 volumes of the story printed in English, but there was actually 39 in total, which is such a shame, which means we get like less than half of the actual story, and I doubt this is going to be popular enough to get picked up again, but this has been on my radar for like the longest time, so I am beyond excited to have the full complete series as well that's in English anyway. So yes, this is definitely like what I was most excited for what I have been for the past few months. But like I said, there's only 15 volumes in English. There's volume 15, and they're in such good condition as well, which I'm also surprised about, because I've seen various volumes and stuff, and they're kind of expensive for like the quality and the condition of the manga. So I'm happy that I actually got the full collection in one, and it was in really good condition. So yeah, like I say, a bit disappointing that out of 39 volumes we only got 15, but I'm so excited and so happy to have this in my collection as well. I just love this old, 70s style artwork as well. But yeah, so excited to have it. But yeah, that is what I got in December. If you've lasted this long, thank you for sticking with me while I've been rambling on it as well. Like I said, I'm going to be doing at least one video a month of the hauls. It's not going to be as long as what this is. This is just because obviously Christmas, vouchers, sales, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this series. If you are, definitely give it a like. Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and it would really help out this series as well, and it would let me know that you obviously enjoy it. And I shall see you in the next one. I hope you've all had a great Christmas and all the best in the new year. Bye everyone.